Warning, the president's celebrity.
Bill McIntosh teaches AI non-stop. Success is his game, marketing's his fame. McIntosh, the marketing ace, follow his lead to the winning place. With AI become a spin, join him now, learn to win. Learn his way, don't delay. If you do, you'll make your fortune today.
Hey, welcome to the show. I am super glad that you're here. Do me a favor, give me a big hello and say hi to all the other members of the audience in the chat. Do that right now. Let me know that you see me, that you hear me, and we'll kick things off. But I have something in store for you today. So we're going to be talking about a very weird combination, a merger, so to speak, between 105-year-old marketing voodoo and AI and some of the modern strategies that we're using in AI right now in our businesses. And they come together beautifully. And I'll be showing you exactly why. I'll explain what the marketing voodoo is. And there's a really strange guy that I'm going to introduce you to as well. And this is all to help you as an entrepreneur. Of course, I'm your host, Bill McIntosh, and I have done over $100 million in revenue online. And this show is all about how I can bring my hard-won experience, knowledge, and understanding of having done that so that I can help you with your journey as an entrepreneur. Whether you haven't yet started your first business and you're just about to launch and take those first steps to get an online business going, or maybe you already have a business and you're trying to figure out how to use some of today's strategies like AI and other new digital marketing strategies to grow your business. And that's what this show is all about. And today, of course, will be no exception to that. We're going to be helping you out. Now, it's become my mission in life to help my fellow entrepreneurs. And it is the entrepreneurs like you and I who drive our society forward. And it goes way beyond just the economy, right? Because small businesses are the driving force of the US and the world's economy. We employ most of the people. And I know that a lot of the big giant corporations get a lot of attention, but if you really look at the numbers, it is the small business owner, the entrepreneur who is building up a business is the source of all that. I mean, after all, every one of those giant corporations got its start, most of them in a garage or in someone's home, or the origin stories are quite remarkable. And so my mission is to help you wherever you are in your journey to get bigger, better, and faster results. That's what it's all about, right? And cool, we got a pretty good audience. I can see we have some of my Push Button AI customers are here with me. So a big hello to you if you're a Push Button AI customer. And of course, I see also some new names to the show as well. Who here is new to the show? I'm curious to let me know in the comments if you haven't sat in on one of our YouTube shows. And here I gotta do my final power up. I gotta get my caffeine in before we dive into the content today. Here we go. It's good coffee, really good coffee. Actually, it's Starbucks Blonde Espresso. And then I grind it espresso roast and then make it in a drip coffee maker. So that's my recipe. All right, good stuff. Now, okay, I see some new faces showing up in the chat. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're here if you haven't yet sat in. And we do these shows every week. I do them on Wednesdays. And this is my chance to be able to help you out, answer questions, and do a bit of training. And usually we cover like starting a business, niche, finding a niche, figuring out what kind of products to use. We talk a lot about AI. Obviously, I have an AI software company. So we talk a lot about how to use AI in your business or to start a new business. And then traffic. Everybody loves to hear about different traffic strategies. So we'll talk about different ways you can get visitors to your website as well. So that is the agenda for these shows. And I want to welcome all the newcomers. And I have a cool thing I'm going to tell you a little bit about later. I'm going to do some content and we're going to talk about this 105-year-old voodoo marketer. And then we're going to I have a little promotion I'm in the middle of. So we just kicked off a little launch where I'm doing a 5-day AI challenge. And I'll tell you more about that. It's a little bit of a promotion for one of a new paid program. So, those of you who are used to my normal prices, like, what, I sell a lot of premium products and services and mentoring and stuff. This is a whole different thing. It's way more affordable. So we'll talk more about that after I get through today's content. All right. Cool. Then good. Oh, wow. See even more. A lot of new people here. So that's really glad to see that. Like, I love seeing this channel grow. And which I got a sneeze coming on. Oh boy. Love it when those happen while you're live on air. So, all right. So today I'll give you a little sneak peek. So hopefully you don't see we're going to talk about this guy. He wrote these two things, and these, you see this like a little booklet. This one's from, I think, 1940. This one right here. He started making these all the way back in 1919. And it's just an incredible story, and I'm amazed that more people don't know about it. So we're gonna talk about this. And he created these little called them little blue booklets, and sold a few of these. So we're going to talk about that and about what that has to do with you. And then, of course, after I get through the content for this, I'm going to tell you about my challenge that we have. And by the way, if you're a push button AI customer, the challenge is probably not relevant to you. You've already got the push button AI software, and you can do quite a lot with that. So the challenge is really something that's optional, especially for people who have not yet purchased push button AI, and maybe you're looking for a lower cost alternative to be able to get some special AI training. Okay, awesome. Then, I see. Here's a good comment. I'll show it real quick. Hey, your second show and you're hooked. Glad. That's awesome. Cool. Oh, there's another one there. Oh, and a new show member as well. A new paid show member here on YouTube. So that's awesome. Cool. And there we go. Awesome. All right. I have to be careful. I start paying too much attention to the chat. It's I'm like, I have ADD, and I don't really have ADD, but it makes me feel like I do. Because I can't stop paying attention to the chat once it catches my eye. So producer Nick behind the scenes will be paying attention to chat today, and then of course we're going to answer all of your questions a little bit later as well. So we're going to start out. I'm going to do the next segment, and we're going to start out with a little presentation I'm going to do on my screen. So let me get screen sharing set up, and we'll kick it off with the very first segment, which is all about a combination of 105-year-old voodoo marketing and AI. All right, so present, screen share. Let's see. I want that screen. There we go. And there it is there. We'll go full screen. And let me get my presentation going. So, reminder to everybody in the audience, I'm recording this session, and we will be, so you might hear me doing retakes, you might hear me make notes for my editor, and I'm recording this for future content to be used elsewhere. So I like to take the content that I deliver in the live shows, and then we repackage it up and deliver it in different places through social media and my courses and things. So, all right, we got that. Let me just get this window over here. And we'll get started. Here we go. So you might be wondering what a man born in 1889 can teach you about how to make money online with AI in today's modern world. And of course, you'd be surprised. If you follow his lead, you just might strike it rich, because recently a door has just opened up. This is something that is just now happening, and there's a limited time, and we've got to exploit it while we still can. This new opportunity lets you take brand new AI strategies and then combine it with what I'm going to show you in this presentation. It's 105-year-old tried and true business strategies. And it's by combining both the old and the new, you can generate a lot of profit. And it's really this special combination of AI and this 105-year-old strategy that makes it all so highly profitable. And so, hi, Bill McIntosh here. I'm the one doing this presentation, and a little background about me. So if you don't know me, I've been doing online entrepreneurship. I've been building businesses online for over 2 decades now, and I've been able to generate over $100 million in revenue through all the years of doing this. And I love to take my hard-won experience and help people like you get results online. But you're about to discover how you can claim your share of what is already a $325 billion industry, soon growing to over $1 trillion. It's an industry that Forbes says is among the fastest growing industries in the world, even though it's already becoming, I'm going to repeat that for the editors. So note to editor, we'll edit that out. And pull this over here. There we go. So even though it's already a booming market, it's primed for even more unprecedented growth. And it's wide open for you to profit with too. In fact, almost anyone with a bit of ambition and the right guidance can claim their share of the massive fortunes that are being made in this market right now. In fact, anyone with a bit of ambition and the right guidance can claim their share of the massive fortunes being made in this market. So, hello. I'm going to come on camera here, come back on camera. So, hello. And I want to tell you about a guy who way back in 1919, a guy named E. Haldeman Julius figured out that if you tapped into people's deepest emotional desires, you could make a fortune. Specifically, he turned that insight, the ability to, he used some pretty interesting strategies to really find out the motivation, the insight, the emotional desires, the deepest desires that people had, and turn that into information, and which became incredibly profitable. And he could figure out what people's problems and emotional goals were. They would practically throw money at him. When he figured out their goal, their emotional deep-seated desires when it comes to the problems that they want to solve and the goals they want to achieve, he sold them the solutions and he made a fortune. And Sell did these books. Here, I'm going to repeat that. Oh, and my teleprompter's going out of control. And books like these here, back from 1919 all the way up through the 40s and beyond, sold like crazy. So he sold over 500 million books. That's 500 million books sold. I mean, that is incredible. And it's really strange today that we don't hear more about him as an entrepreneur, because what's more incredible, like if you really think about this, that was more than 100 years ago. So more than 100 years ago, there's this guy who published these little books, sold them through direct response with advertising in the newspapers and things like that, and through the mail, right? Think about, he didn't have the internet, he had the mail, and he had people licking stamps and sending him money, and he sold 500 million books 100 years ago. So in today's economy, that's the equivalent. Like if I sold 2 billion books, that's crazy. 2 billion books is the equivalent. If you compare 100 years ago, what the population and the economy was against today, that's what we're looking at. A guy who was a marketing genius who actually sold the equivalent of 2 billion physical books. So he was so successful that he had many admirers back in the day, and they called him the Barnum of books. So what I'm going to be teaching you is how to find a niche market that has deep-seated emotional goals and problems. And then I'm going to show you how you can tap into these deepest desires and use AI to create digital guides that will solve these for them. And if you're worried because you haven't picked a niche market, maybe you're someone who hasn't yet decided what market or what people you're going to serve or what you're going to sell, Well, don't worry. I'm going to teach you exactly how you can use it's a strategy that we call profit sinking. And I'm going to show you how you can find the perfect market, tap into it, get in sync. That's where the profit sinking comes into. You sort of sync up with them and find out what their deepest desires and goals are, and then make profit with it. And then when you use AI to find the perfect new niche market, then you're going to use AI to sync up with them, find their deepest desires, and then you can help them solve them. And this helps anyone succeed. Even if you have no prior experience in creating an online business or a business of any kind, you can succeed with this. I mean, after all, look what our E. Haldeman Julius, with these books like these, he didn't have the internet. He didn't have AI. He had newspaper ads and stamps, envelopes, and either cash or checks sent in the mail. And he became filthy rich doing that. So if he could do it, I know you can do it if you just use some of the technology and some of the training that I give you to be able to use AI to be able to create what is the equivalent of those little books, really. You're finding and tapping into a market. You find out their deepest desires and problems and goals. You fill that, and they handsomely pay you for it. So the timing today couldn't be more perfect, because right now, everyday people of all ages and all walks of life are used to consuming how-to information online. They love taking courses, reading ebooks, listening to audiobooks, and this industry is growing like crazy. And I'm going to go back to my slides here. So this is a huge lucrative opportunity. We're really talking about online learning. And so we're going to take the equivalent of what E. Haldeman Julius was doing, and we're going to now bring it online. And it's such an insanely profitable opportunity that I've created dozens of digital courses myself. Oh, it's my time as an entrepreneur. Many of these courses have supported me with a lifestyle that would be envied by many. And several of them have made me millions, like this one. This sold a simple $11 product, $11 digital product, and we've got nearly $15 million from 11 bucks at a time. And now, after 20 plus years of online entrepreneurship, why have I invested so much time in creating and selling my own courses? And the answer is simple. They're growing like crazy, and they produce massive amounts of profit. And so a lot of people have preconceived ideas about how this industry works, how difficult it is. You might be worrying that you can't create useful information. You don't know what niche to go into. You can't get someone to buy a course from you. Let me wash all that away and suspend your disbelief for just a moment, because you'll see exactly why you can do this and why I think online learning is the perfect business, and why right now it's the best time to get started, and why it's never been easier for you to enter this market and make yourself a fortune. In the past few years, millions of people all over the world had to change their habits overnight. And now they're turning to the internet, right? They're going to the internet to learn about any topic you could imagine. In fact, we have a customer who has created a course about how to become a mermaid. That's right, how to transform yourself into a mermaid and get paid for it. That's an example of a wild course that someone right in our own membership is making. Now, on top of that, an entirely new audience have come online. These are like call them the boomers, right? I know that's a term a lot of people throw around as derogatory, but it's really the older generation, people even my age and older. I'm Generation X, but from my generation and older are all now online consuming courses too. Now, human behavior rarely changes, but when such a huge transformation is happening, it makes opportunity. And that means there's a huge opportunity right now to build your own business from home and call the shots in your life. And there's even more good news, because according to the World Economic Forum, over 200 million people will be looking to enroll in online courses just this year alone. So not only will we have an extremely receptive and hot market, but sales of digital courses are expected to top $1 trillion. That's 1 trillion by 2028. Polaris Market Research, it's a market research firm. This is out of their report. It shows, people think, oh, well, selling courses online, it's saturated. No, it is not. You can see here We're in the middle of a massive growth cycle that's going to continue all the way through 2027 into a $1 trillion market. And that's why there never has truly been a time better than right now to create your own digital course and get in on the action. Celebrities, major companies, and everyday people are jumping into this exciting new world. They're creating courses and making money, even in areas that they are not experts in. I want to really emphasize this. You do not need to be an expert in order to be able to profit from this. It's like everyone's discovering a secret way to share what they know and then earn money from it. For example, an unexpected symbol of this is Mike Tyson, the famous boxer. Did you know, excuse me, note for editor, we'll trim that out. Did you know that he has his own digital course? It's called 12 Rounds with Tyson. And you might be surprised. It's not about boxing. There it is right there. 12 rounds. This is 12 simple drills to unlock a champion's mindset and achieve anything. So as you can start to tell, this is not about boxing. Obviously, Mike Tyson is an expert boxer and he has a lot to teach there, but that's not what this course is about. It's about having a success mindset, something Mike does know a lot about from being the youngest heavyweight champion of the world, but he is not an expert in this, The twist here too is he's not teaching this to boxers. He's teaching it to people who work on the internet. He's marketing this course to entrepreneurs, to online business owners. Is Mike an expert in online business? No, of course not. But he is still succeeding and making money with this digital course. And it's all the magic of what we call profit syncing. And with profit syncing, this is where you're going to sync up. You're going to locate, find, and then get in sync with a market that has deep desires and problems and goals that they want to solve and achieve. And then you're going to help them and then make money in the process. And so you do not need to be an expert in order to make money with this. You just need to be able to spot what's hot and trending, then let AI create content about these trends for you. It's like having a superpower that makes you create a course that people want to buy. You can make money from things you already love and know a lot about. Maybe you have a hobby or an interest or maybe even a career like gardening, painting, cooking, or whatever it might be. Or you're not sure what topic to choose yet. So you can use AI to identify popular trends and niches where you can make money, even if you're just learning about it yourself. So this is how regular people from all walks of life are making money with this. So hopefully you're seeing at this point why combining AI and digital courses could be the biggest opportunity of our generation. And over the past few months, I've spent a lot of time and money figuring out this whole AI thing. And if you watch my channel, and you probably know, I put a lot of time into it. In fact, we build our own tools as well. So you've probably seen out there, there's like a billion AI tools now. There's AI chatbots, AI image generators, text to speech, text to video, all kinds of stuff. There are even bots that write, programming code, and a lot more. And it's a hot topic right now. People are making money in this market, and it's changing people's lives. And there's a lot of excitement around this new technology. But there's very little in the way of practical money-making application of it. Couldn't you agree to that? I think if you've watched the AI market, you've probably seen that there's a lot of hype, a lot of really interesting, fun things, but very little practical money-making application. So right now, people are using AI for simple things that may or may not make money. So in other words, AI is not particularly intelligent in their hands. And a lot of profit potential is being wasted. So now let's move on and address one of the most pressing questions people have about this model. And that is, can I really use AI to build a high quality digital course? Well, this is interesting. This is a really interesting piece of trivia. Did you know that AI, a literal AI bot, they had it take the bar exam, the same test that people go to school and study for many years. Then they take the bar exam so that they can become an attorney, right? Well, AI passed the bar exam. It's true. Without any human help, not only did it pass this challenging legal exam, but it did so by a huge margin. It actually beat humans in 5 of 7 of the subject areas of the test. It's an astonishing score of 297. It puts it in the top 10% of all test takers. And you can see here, this little study here, I know it's a little bit small on the screen, but these are all kinds of tests. Some of them are college entrance tests. Some of them are, like here's the AP biology test. And you can see that these are bots here, are passing the test. And so you can see here a 298 out of 400 on the bar exam. And you can see a 700 out of 800 on SAT math, 710 out of 800 on reading and writing on the SAT. So, and that's just unleashing a bot on the test. That's pretty crazy. So think about it. If AI is smart enough to excel in law, then imagine how powerful it could be when it comes to helping you craft digital courses. It essentially knows the sum of all human knowledge. That's basically what's baked into AI today. But you need to know how to harness this power. If you don't know how to access it or how to tap into it correctly with the right strategies, you won't profit from it. So when you harness them correctly, that's where the power comes from. And the secret is knowing how to prompt and guide the AI. So prompt is just what do you ask it, or how do you ask it, and how do you set it up and teach it what you want. And so it is by teasing out the right information from the AI and then presenting that information in a way that's helpful and easy to understand. That's what makes it valuable to the audience that you choose to serve. And that's exactly what I'm going to be showing you in my brand new challenge. So I actually have a 5-day live challenge. It's called the AI Profit Sync Challenge. And I'm going to be spending 5 days showing entrepreneurs or brand new entrepreneurs or existing business owners how to actually use AI tools that are out there, inexpensive AI tools. I'll show you how you can build your own business from scratch using AI. Now, those of you who are already push button AI customers, you guys already have incredibly powerful technology that will just do this for you. But for those who, whether it's that you don't have the budget or you're just not willing to invest in that software at this time, here's an alternative. So you can instead spend 5 days with me, and I will actually teach you how to, from scratch, build a digital course business using AI. So it's a live 5-day challenge to launch your own profitable digital course business from scratch using AI. So it's led by me and my in-house team of coaches. And this challenge is specifically designed to help you get your first or your next digital course built and ready to profit in 5 days. And so that's how it works. That's what I'm doing. It's a big, exciting thing I'm doing right now. And I'm curious amongst my live audience here. I'm going to come back on screen if I can find the window. Who here would like an invite to that 5-day challenge? There is a small cost, a ticket price that to get in the door, but it is way less expensive than you might be thinking. So many of you, if you've sat on some of my webinars and you know a little bit about my products, I sell premium products at premium pricing. And typically, a lot of what I sell is $2,000, $5,000 and even more. But that's not what this challenge is. This is the challenges was like an alternative. People have been asking me for some time, what about those who whether they're unwilling or they don't have the budget to be able to put up for those premium services? What is the alternative for them? And so this is that alternative. It's a low-cost way to learn how to use AI to get results like this. And you'll spend 5 days with me. We'll meet every day. We'll spend about an hour a day together. We'll answer questions, and I'll help you through the whole process of using the Voodoo from this guy, E. Haldeman Julius. I'll show you his marketing Voodoo, which we're going to talk more about in a minute before, on this show. But I'm going to show you how to take his strategies that he used and combine that with AI so that you can actually put a profitable business online of your own. Okay, cool. A lot of people are interested in that. So we do have a link for it. This link, if you go to pushbutton.ai/ challenge. You can go check that out. Right now, literally while we're live, we have a discount activated on that page. So you'll be able to get a 50% discount on the page. So, again, while we're live, we have that activated so that you can get a discount beyond the normal ticket price. And you can go learn all about it over there. And yeah, that's where you can join. And we're going to continue to talk about this strategy and about E. Haldeman Julius and answer your questions as well. So it's not all about a pitch. I want to make sure that I help you give you some value as well. But hopefully this gives you a little bit of insight as to why I'm so excited about this. If you really, really think about how a guy 100 years ago could basically sell these little mini digital books, but they're not digital. They're little mini books with information in it, right? It was information publishing. And he would publish these little courses and other things in these little books and then sell them. And sold 500 million of them 100 years ago. So that's pretty crazy. So, but there you go. So if you can, and then producer Nick, actually, I don't know, let's see if I can push that link out, but if you can do it as well.
You got it.
Yeah. But there we go. So that's where you can learn about the challenge, join it if you think you'd like to be part of it. And of course, while we're live, I have that discount that you can see on the page there. Okay. And yeah, so what we're going to do now is first of all, I'll answer your questions, but I want to talk a little bit more about this guy. Okay. So E. Haldeman Julius, and you saw me put his face on the screen. He's born in 1889, so it's really old time guy. And then in this little report here, it goes into how did he sell his first 100 million books, and it's quite brilliant. And basically what he did was he would do market research, so he would interview people and learn about what are things that people were interested in. That was his first step. And so let's say that he learned that people were interested in, I don't know, what's some of the people, okay, maybe look at the survival niche. Maybe people were interested in learning how to survive off the grid if they ever need to for various reasons, right? Let's say he learned that that was something people were interested in. Well, what he would do is he would run advertisements, and he would advertise just the title of the book. So he was brilliant in that he would condense the topic of his little booklet right into a title. And that would be something like this. Okay. And in his little blue books, you can see he'd have a title across the top. And here, I'll read some examples of some of his titles. Well, here he discovered people love to read about sex. Okay. So modern sex morality, that was one of his things, right? And again, the evolution of sex. So that's an example of a book that sold 25,000 copies. Here's one, The Psychology of Affection. That one sold 22,000 copies. The Psychology of Love and Hate. That sold 52,000 copies. The Art of Kissing. That one sold 60,000 copies. Let's see. Let's go to a different topic. Here's one here. The Evolution of Marriage was one. How to Talk and Debate. That one sold 38,000 copies. So point is, he would come up with these concise titles that conveyed the meaning and the materials in the book. And then he would run an ad. And then he would sell books. And sometimes his books sold little bits, and sometimes his books sold lots. And so what he would do is then he used that as his market research. And so he kept meticulous statistics. So this is brilliant. This is before the age of computers. And he was doing split tests, basically. He would send out these, he would do these ads in the newspapers and the different places he would advertise. He would advertise only the titles, no other copy, and he would have a price. And then people would send in with and they'd lick a stamp, stick it on an envelope, and send him some money. And then he would add up those numbers. And again, for the entire career of his, he kept meticulous stats. And then he would zero in. He would see, oh, look, people who bought this book on this title look, it's selling 3 times more than everything else. And then he would double down on that. And he would write more books like the one that was selling. And then he would also encourage his readers to write him back. So in the books, he would encourage them to write back, and he would get survey data from them. Again, brilliant. This is like 105 years ago, and the guy's doing market research, right? Surveying his customers. So he kept his stats on sales, and then he kept his surveys from his customers, and he used that to guide what his next little blue book was going to be about. And then he would just constantly improve and improve and improve and learn. It was an ever rolling learning machine is basically what it was. Learning about what did the population want. And that's how he made so much money. I mean, I couldn't imagine how much like actual dollars in sales in today's economy. You know, probably the guy is probably, you know, $1 billion in or more in sales if you were to look at it in today's economy. It's just nuts. And so the beauty of this and why we're talking about it now and why I'm doing this challenge is to show you that AI today, you know, you saw the slide earlier, it has the combined sum of all human knowledge baked into it. So all of the secrets that E. Haldeman and Julius had to work so hard to learn, spending money to advertise, then surveying and thinking and learning and doing all this. Instead, if you know how, you can simply ask the AI and it will tell you. And it's good. It actually is incredibly good at finding out what people need and want. And if you know exactly the right way to do it, you could even get it to do internet research, to go dig out and dig and find more information out on the public internet, to do its research, and then come back to you and tell you what people are interested in. I mean, I couldn't imagine what E. Haldeman Julius would have done with this, right? If he had this at his disposal. And then we take the next step is which we create a course. Now, creating a course takes like nothing. You can create a course in a matter of an hour, and you can create a course that is good, actually better than what, you know, in these little booklets. Like you can see how small this one is, right? People paid a lot of money. Let's see how this one is 45 pages. So 45 of these, it's a small booklet. So 45 little pages, and people paid him well for that. So you can now create that following my strategies with AI and offer it for sale. And then you measure just like he did. You go, okay, if I run a little bit of traffic to this, and I can teach you how to do that too. I do that on this channel, you know, every week. But if I run a little traffic to this, do people buy it? And how many people buy it? And then you can go and do the process again, find a new market and do another round of, you know, profit syncing where you sync up with the market. Run it. Does it sell better or worse? And you just keep adapting. So you just send a little bit of traffic, you learn, and then you adapt. So it's that combination of using AI and then my unique strategy of testing to be able to do what he did 105 years ago. But rather than it taking you 50 years of a career, you'll be able to do this. You could do it in a matter of days, and you could zero right in on what's selling and take off and launch your business. So that's what my challenge is all about. So if you do want to be part of that, we'll be doing 5 days. It'll be a deep dive on this topic. And again, you can check that out at pushbutton.ai/challenge. And hopefully, if you're watching this live, there'll be a discount available. We have a sale going on that you'll be able to get a special discount on that. If you watch this after the fact, probably won't be there, may or may not be there. I don't know. I know we're doing it right now as we're trying to get some new people into the challenge. Cool. And yeah, Frederick's got it. So let's I'll show his comment. You know, that's the example of charging an inexpensive price for an ebook, right? To learn more about the audience. And the other thing that happens while you're doing that is you're building a list. So when you know, every person who buys one of those $7 ebooks, granted, $7 isn't going to make you a fortune. Just like these books, selling one of these did not make him a fortune, but it's by selling quantity. That was a core part of his strategy, quantity. And then it also allows you to build a mailing list where there's far more money. When you have a mailing list of buyers, And if people who are interested in a topic, you can really make a lot of money with that. So it's by kind of combining all that stuff together. And so what I'd like to do now is we can toss it to the audience for your commentary, your questions. If you want to talk about this 105-year-old marketing voodoo master or my challenge, whatever you would like to talk about, or if you have any comments or anything you want to say, speak up in the chat. And producer Nick, are you out there?
I am.
Awesome. So what I would like to do, just if you can kind of take the questions, we're going to do a quick commercial break. So I'm going to do a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back with everyone's questions. But if you could take a look in the chat and start pulling those together, and then we'll do our commercial break, and we'll be right back.
You can now launch your own online business with the click of a mouse. Sounds crazy, right? Guess what? It's now possible thanks to our game-changing AI software that's helping beginners build a successful online business. If you have tried and failed at building an online business, or you've got no idea where to start, there is good news for you. We are entering a new exciting era of AI, and I'm here to teach you how to use it to build and grow an online business. Because I'm handing you a blueprint, a business in a box powered by AI, and it's called Push Button AI. Imagine a tool so smart it does all the heavy lifting for you. Builds an info product business, sets up hosting, launches the website, and even crafts engaging email sequences. Here's the thing. This isn't like anything else out there, and this is based on what's working right now. Push Button AI is based on my experience of generating over $100 million over the last 20 years and helping over 81,942 customers build and grow their own online businesses. If you'd like to find out more about this, register now and dive into my free live demo to uncover strategies and traffic tricks that will pivot your business and skyrocket your online business from surviving to thriving. Imagine what your life would look like today if you bought Bitcoin when it was $1. You now have the same opportunity with Push Button AI since nobody else is doing this. Don't miss out this time.
All right. And now YouTube is pushing out ads as well. So we'll give everybody a moment to come back from YouTube ad world, and we'll get to your questions. And yeah, so producer Nick, what do we have?
Yeah, this is a good one. This question says, what types of capital work better for this business model?
What types of capital?
Sorry. His name's Capital Crib, so there's a Freudian slip. He says, what types of traffic work better for this business model?
Okay. Yeah. Well, the green capital is what works best, but the type of traffic is, I'm a big fan of paid ads, and I like them because you can get quick results. But that's not necessarily for everyone. So my advice will be a little bit tentative. It depends a little on you. It depends a lot on you, actually. So it depends on your ability to budget. Like if you have a budget to test ads with, then paid ads are a great alternative. And especially you have to be willing to be able to put out a spend on an ad and for it to not be successful. That's a big part of this. People that jump into ads, and if you can't get into the mindset of your testing at the beginning, the very, very early stages, and you put a little bit of money on an ad, and let's say you spend $20 and you don't get a sale. If that's going to be, from a budget standpoint, going to be really bad, or you from an emotional standpoint can't deal with that, then don't do paid ads. Okay, that'll be my advice there. And there are other strategies. But in terms of paid advertising, Facebook, I love Facebook. I've been having a lot of fun experimenting with Twitter. I think Twitter has a lot of opportunity. I'm still playing around there to optimize and get the best results, but I think Twitter has a lot of promise with their ad program. YouTube ads on Google, they tend to be more expensive, but they tend to also be good quality. And you also need to be willing to be able to do videos if you're going to go on YouTube. So that's the other thing. Or, if you can get the creative done to be able to do videos, then YouTube is great. If you just want to do a simple image made by AI and put an ad on Facebook, that's usually the simplest. Facebook tends to get you some fast testing results. Now, some markets, are not good on Facebook, because Facebook is like ban happy. They love to ban you for all kinds of irrelevant and silly reasons. In some of the make money or investing niches, that's an example of some. Some things in the health niche, especially alternative health stuff, they'll nuke you pretty quickly. So it depends a little bit on your topic as well. So there you go. Hopefully that was helpful. Oh, and if you don't want to do that, then you can go for organic traffic. And organic traffic takes longer. It takes a commitment of time. So you'll have to invest your time, and you'll have to be patient and wait. And if you do that, then social media is great for that too. Facebook is another great place. Twitter is another great place. Pinterest is a good place for organic marketing. And then over time, you have organic search from Google search as well. So hopefully that helps. Next question.
Awesome. This one's from David. He says, is this challenge primarily designed for those who aren't enrolled in the push button AI program?
Yes. So the challenge, it might be fun for if there's a push button AI customer who wants to get a much deeper insight into the mechanics of assembling a course and creating a sales letter, then cool, join it and be part of it if you want to learn more. But the beauty of push button AI is it already has this stuff like baked into it. So when you build a site with push button AI, I'm already doing this stuff for you. It's push button simple. It's a done for you solution. So if you want to learn, how the sausage is made, as they say, right? Then you can go through the challenge if you'd like to. But it's, definitely. So it'll give you more insight. You'll learn a little bit more behind the scenes about what the software is doing to build courses and sales materials. But it's definitely by no means, necessary for somebody who owns the software. So I would say for those of you who are not yet a customer of mine, there are really two options. One, you could join join the 5-day challenge, and that would enable you to get a ticket to be, have some kind of intimate training with me for 5 days. It will go over helping you build your business, or you can find out about push button AI. And it just does it for you. So it builds your sales pages, it builds your email sequences, it creates your course for you, it creates everything. It'll even help you register your domain name, create your logo. It does literally everything needed to launch your business. And it even sets up your hosting and pushes it online for you. So if you're interested in that, that's a different thing. And you can go to pushbutton.ai/demo. And you could book a time to get a live demo and learn more about what the software is. And Nick, you could push that into the chat as well. For those of you who would like to get a demo, what my team will do is we will meet with you. We will actually give you a demo of the software, and we'll even give you a complimentary marketing plan. The team will put together a marketing plan specifically tailored to you and what you're trying to do with your internet business. And that's our gift for doing sitting with us and doing a live demo. Cool. All right. So there we go. Now let's go back to the questions.
Yeah. So Gigi is talking about, she started a series of ebooks, and here's what she says. With the use of AI, I'm currently writing a series of ebooks on the effects of emotions on marketing and how to use them to boost your sales. I'm going to give a couple of them away for free to hook those who opt in. And then once they're hooked, I'll tell them it'll be this amount of money if they want to continue and get the rest of the series. And I guess she wants to know what you think about that model.
Yeah, I think that's a workable model. It's really similar to the idea of a free report and then having an upsell into a course. But I like your twist on it because it leaves an open loop. And for those of you who don't know what an open loop is, that's where in your mind, there's a new concept or a new idea or a mystery that your mind wants to learn more about. It's the cliffhanger that, I'm sure you've probably binge watched TV, right? So they're manipulating you with open loops. And so they'll open up a loop, which is a mystery or an unusual idea that you need to then close. You need to learn and get closure of like I'm watching a show with my wife right now called From. and there's all this weird stuff going on. And like last night, I was watching TV, up all night working on the launch, and then watching TV late because I really wanted to find out what's going to happen in the episode. Right? That's an open loop, and so I love the way you're doing this. In that, if you do it as a series like that, it is sort of an open loop. They can't finish that until they get the rest of your training. So I like the psychology of that. Yeah. Next up.
Yeah, this one's from Fiona, and she says, "Hi guys, in our previous video, you suggested an app to use to create my voice so I can make videos with my own script. What is your recommendation, please?"
Yeah. So, I think 11 Labs is probably the best bet. What do you have an opinion on this, Nick? You're using a lot of AI tools today. You're always testing new stuff. So is there anything better than 11 Labs right now?
Yeah, there's one called play.ht that I guess is 11 Labs is like his closest competitor. And I'd say it's like neck and neck. So you're not losing much if you choose one or the other. But if you wanted an 11 Labs alternative, there's play.ht, which I'll link right now.
Cool. All right. And then while you're doing that, I'll remind the audience, those of you who are interested in the challenge right now, while we're live, we're in launch phase right now. And while we're in launch phase, we are offering a discount. So if you head over there now, you'll be able to join the challenge at a discounted rate. You can go check it out at pushbutton.ai/challenge. And that'll take you right there and you can find out more. Cool. And I happened to see Todd's question about where can you learn about Pushbutton AI. Todd, I would say the best place for that is to book a demo. Book a demo. That way you can interactively. I also have a webinar that you can watch, but it's a longer webinar and it's not as interactive as a demo. So you can book a time with our team. They'll bring it up. They'll show you how it works. Heck, if you even have an idea for an ebook, they'll help you brainstorm out a course idea. If you don't know your niche, they'll help you brainstorm out what niche to go into. And then they'll show you the tool, and then you can decide if you want to join we have what we're calling it our early access program, because Pushbutton AI isn't, as of right now, is not for sale to the public. So it's we're right now letting in early access members to help us while we're adding more and more and more features before we go to our public launch. So yeah, just go to pushbutton.ai/demo to set that up. And then they'll give you a free marketing plan, which the team will prepare a marketing plan specifically tailored for you. And then we'll give you that as a gift, just for, finding out more about Pushbutton AI. All right, cool. All right, next question.
All right. So Julie says, so the course doesn't include Pushbutton AI. That is a separate purchase, right?
That is correct. Yeah, Pushbutton AI is a separate software purchase. Yeah. Yeah, the challenge is all about, you'll be using tools like ChatGPT, right? So I'm going to show you how to use tools like ChatGPT. There's another one called Claude that I'll show you how to use. OpenAI has another tool called Dolly, which I'll be showing you how to use. So I'm going to show you how to use each of these different tools to create and pull it all together into creating your own course. Whereas the software just does it all for you. So it's a do it yourself if you want to learn how it all works and how to do it yourself, then the challenge is the right path. Or if you want to just have a done for you solution where the AI just does it for you, then the software, Pushbutton AI, is the right solution.
All right. Cool. So Chris wants to know, will you have an affiliate link before you launch?
Well, for the challenge right now, we do. So it's a small launch I'm doing over on JV Zoo, which is an affiliate network over there. So it's you can promote the challenge right now if you would like to. But when we go do our public launch with Push Button AI, we will release an affiliate program at that time. So once it's publicly available, then we'll have an affiliate program for the software too.
And someone wants to know, are you going to share the prompts in the challenge?
Yes, we are. And I happen to notice, Alistair Duncan, at your question, that because he signed up for the challenge and paid, but while downloading it, hung up at 33%. So I'd like to learn more about what's happening with you, Alistair. There's nothing to download yet, but I wonder if maybe did the page break for you, or what happened? Maybe if you can give a little more clarity on what you're experiencing there, and then I'll try to help you out. Okay, sorry, Nick. What's next?
Yeah. So I think we're caught up. I'm going to do one more quick scan just to make sure we don't move on without
Okay.
missing anyone.
Yeah, no worries. And while you're doing that, I'm going to get the. This is a great thing if you can find it. I think there might be some copies left on Amazon, by the way, for those if you want to learn more about this guy. And in it, this is in his words. He talks about his experience in publishing these books and how he did it. But I just love looking at his titles. So here's one. He sold a bunch of books about jokes. Toasts for all occasions. That was the biggest seller in that genre. And then it was Best Jokes of 1926. Then it was Popular Joke Book was the number 3 seller. He had specialty books, jokes about doctors, jokes about preachers. So people paid him to buy joke books. Books about how to write English properly. He sold those. That's interesting. Books about poems and how to write poetry. How to write song lyrics, actually, was one of his books. This is very, very, very interesting. Some things about math.
Your camera's down, by the way. I wonder if it overheated again.
Well, we have the new connector on, so it should not have.
Let me go pull around.
Okay. Well, I can just load up my webcam. I don't know that we're going to fix it then while we're live, because I'm going to see if I can get my webcam going.
Oh, it didn't actually overheat. I think it just turned off. It doesn't feel hot at all.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah, the camera's turning back on. I don't know if it's automatically gonna.
Yeah. Oh, it's back. I wonder why it turned off. So much for buying a $1 billion camera to shoot my shows with, but when the webcam is actually more reliable. So here, let's see. I've got my webcam as a backup if it goes down again. Sorry about that, everybody. Technical difficulties. Cool. All right.
Okay, I realized what it is. It's the actual HDMI connector that's overheating, not the camera.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, we'll have to solve that. That'll be the next technical problem to solve. Okay, cool. Well, then I also saw people's feedback on the technical issues you're having. So if you paid to get into the challenge on that first page, you're in. I will make sure that that you get access. So you're in. You won't be left outside. I'm actually going to be going in. I'm going to have someone by hand make sure every single person that purchased gets access to the challenge. So don't worry about that. It sounds like there is an upsell, and it sounds like the upsell page is broken. So what I'm going to have to do is go check and figure out why the page is broken. And I'll do that after the live show. But there you go. In fact, you know what? Let me go take a look and see if I can debug this while we're here. Take a look and see. So strange. It loaded on my screen, but so here, I'm going to share my screen and show you what you should see, and then we'll compare notes. Okay, so it should look like this. So you should have that guy there talking to you. He likes to talk a lot, and going over an upsell. Okay, and then you can either take the upsell or you can say no. Okay, so that's what you should see. So if anybody's seeing something different than that, let me know, and we'll dig in and fix it. Okay, cool. Yeah, let me know if anybody got if those OTO pages, the one-time offer pages, aren't loading properly for you for some reason. Then that'll help me debug that. So apologies for the technical difficulties, but we're back. So what I'm going to do, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back with some more training. We're going to talk more about marketing, Voodoo, and AI. And I'm going to pull up ChatGPT, and we'll give you some examples. We'll do it live, and I'll show you examples of how you can use ChatGPT to uncover some what is just gold for your marketing. So stand by, and be back right after this short commercial message.
The presidents, celebrities, or characters in this video are all fake and generated by artificial intelligence.
You know, the other day while I was resting my eyes, I woke up to find that I'd built an entire online business.
Really, Joe? How'd you manage to do that?
Well, you see,
Wait a minute, Sleepy Joe. Let me guess. You had push-button AI do all the work, didn't you?
that's right, Donald. It found me a fantastic domain name, built out a complete site, set up my shopping cart so I can get paid, and even wrote an entire email sales campaign for me, all while I was napping.
Well, I've been using push-button AI too. And believe me, my new business, it's huge. The best. So much winning, you wouldn't believe.
This push-button AI sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's almost as genius as I am.
But with better hair, no doubt.
Guys, all this talk is boring to me. What everyone needs to do is click the link of this video and go to the masterclass to see how to use this powerful technology to build their own profitable online business.
Well, if Elon says it, it must be worth a shot.
You're right, Barry. Everyone should click the link right now.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with Joe, but this masterclass sounds like it's going to be huge. Absolutely terrific. The best masterclass ever given, probably.
Okay, guys, how about we hit that link? Time is money.
All right. And of course, we've got our YouTube ads rolling out, and some of you on YouTube will be seeing additional little mid-roll ads that YouTube likes to put in there. And there you go. So that little commercial was for, again, being able to schedule a chance to get a demo. So you can head over to that link and schedule a demo to learn all about the push-button AI software and how the done-for-you stuff works. And then, of course, alternatively, if you'd rather learn how to do it yourself instead of using done-for-you AI, then you can head on over and experience the challenge, which is at pushbutton.ai/challenge. All right. Gene likes the president's video. Yeah, that one was fun. There we go. Yeah. That was fun to make. That was fun to make. Cool. So if you are experiencing on the next page where it says 33%, you need to scroll down. So you'll see there's a video from me. You could listen to it. Of course, I don't know if you could listen to me in two places at once. So maybe wait till the live show is over and then go back to the page and listen. So you can listen to it or scroll down and you can read about an optional upgrade if you want to upgrade to one of our VIP experiences. So you'll learn more about that. We have a program called our Elite Program, and then Insider Circles and others. So you can learn about the VIP upgrades that are available. And you can do that by just listening to the video from me and reading on the page. And then you can make your choice at the bottom. Just scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, and you can make your choice of whether or not you want to upgrade or whether you want to stick with just the regular the regular challenge, the 5-day challenge. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to give you some examples of how you can apply some of what the E. Haldeman Julius does, but using AI. So we'll do some quick examples, and I'm going to pull up ChatGPT. So give me a second to get it up, and then we're going to have some fun together. Let's get it on the screen. Okay, so this is ChatGPT, and what we might want to do, you can use this for two things. So let's say in scenario number one that you have the idea that people out there want to learn about how to be self-sufficient, how to be a prepper or a survivalist is another word for that. So let's say you already know that, but you're just not sure like what topic, because that's a very broad niche. You have homesteaders, you have what they call preppers, you have off the grid people. Like there's, the people that are concerned that when, when the what hits the fan, that they need to grab their bug out bag and get in their truck and take off, right? So there's all kinds of different aspects to this market. And some people just like to learn about how to be self-sufficient or how to be an outdoorsman or woman. And so it's a broad market. And let's say that you were wanting to learn what are some of the things in that market? What are some of the, like in the E. Haldeman Julius examples, right? He would just, I'll find this one. He would just create his little book and give it a single title and then advertise and promote that title. So what if we wanted to brainstorm out what are some possible topics and then what are some possible titles that we could advertise? So we're going to do that right now. Let's take a look. So we can just go to ChatGPT and you could just say, you could first say, please act. I like to say, please, there's actually evidence, but this is really strange, but there's evidence that when you say please, that it actually works better. I'm not kidding. So I'm going to say, please act as an expert market researcher who is brilliant at finding product ideas and possible product names or titles. I'm interested in the survivalist, prepper, and self-sufficiency. Knew I couldn't spell that right. See, you don't even need to know how to spell to make money online. And self-sufficiency market. Please give me a list of the 10 most popular subjects in these markets. Boom. All right. Now we have our topics, and it's even given us a little bit of background. So we got food storage and preservation. And they say here, this includes long-term food storage, solution canning, dehydrating, and freeze-drying techniques, water purification and storage, first aid and medical preparedness, self-defense and home security, emergency shelter and sleeping systems, off-grid energy solutions. And there we go. We got 10 of them. Pretty cool, right? So this is allowing us to kind of zero in on a market that we might know about. And then watch this. Let's see. Can you research on the web and see if you can find any others? There we go. So it's going to now do some research and see if there's anything else. This is a way to find trending markets, right? That are probably a little fresher, a little hotter, because they're in current online new articles and news. So there we go. Economic collapse preparedness, global and local event monitoring, bugging out. Remember, I told you the guy who wants his bug out bag. Okay. So now we got a lot of ideas. Isn't this cool? Bushcraft. Okay. This is the idea of outdoorsmen, survivalism in the outdoors. Urban homesteading. That's a big topic these days. So each one of these is a gold mine. Every one of those ideas that you just saw ChatGPT give me is a potential just field of gold for you to mine using this strategy. And so watch now, I'm going to pick one of them. I'm just going to grab one. I'm going to look at the list. I'm just going to grab one and we're going to see if it can then generate some titles in the style of like how E. Haldeman Julius does. So let's go find that now. So first, I'm going to ask, are you familiar with the style of writing short book titles like E. Of course, I got to spell. I'm going to ask it if it's familiar with that. There we go. So he is from that. It or he. I shouldn't call. I'm not going to give the Chat GPT a pronoun. So there we go. Okay. So it's already figured out where we're going. Look at that. So it already knows. If you're looking to create short book titles in a similar style, especially for subjects, look at that. It already knows where we're going. And it's already suggesting titles. Okay. That's pretty cool. So now what we're going to do, now remember, we're going to stay in the same conversation because ChatGPT has a short-term memory where it remembers all of the stuff we've been talking about in this chat window. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to pick one. Let's pick bugging out as a topic. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to say, please take the topic of bugging out and write me 10 possible book titles in this style. There we go. I love this name. This one right here. I love that. The art of efficient evacuation. That is good. The bug out blueprint. Emergency escape strategies. Bugging out essential checklist. That right there would be a great freebie giveaway, like as a free report, or even like as what they call an order bump, when someone can pay like $7 to get a little bit of extra stuff. Preparedness for rapid departure. Yeah, a couple of these are really good. So the art of efficient evacuation, I think that's my favorite. So you see, this is good, right? This is really good marketing copy. And so what I can now do is I can keep digging. And what I might do is I might make one ebook, for example, or one course about bugging out. And then what I could do is come and work with ChatGPT to brainstorm out 3, 4, up to 10 different titles, advertise them, test them, and find out what the winning combination is. Once I know, oh, look, this title right here, that can then inform me to come back to my course and modify it and improve it to better align. So I'll have a kind of a generic course. I'll have a specific title, and the winning title in my ads, the one that gets the most sales in my ads, is going to be the one I'll come back and tweak and improve and modify my course to better fit that title. And that's exactly what he did 105 years ago. That's how he made all those riches. So, okay, cool. Now let's go back to your Q&A, and we'll find out more about that. And then a reminder, a little plug for our challenge. If you would like to take the 5-day challenge and learn a lot more in detail, we're going to go detail, step by step, actionable. Actually, after every session, you will have homework. So we'll do a 1-hour session together. You will have specific homework to go do. And we're going to go through this 5 days in a row. And that's how the challenge works. And of course, you can get access to it at pushbutton.ai/challenge is where you can do that. I'll pop that back out there. And then of course, oh, I don't have that there. Okay, here it is. It's over here. Let's see if Nick beats me to it. He did. He beat me. Okay. So I like Blake's comment. It sounds like a book for people with bowel issues. Okay. All right. We'll go back to your questions. Producer Nick, did we have any comments or questions to take up?
Let's see. Well, Debbie says, love it. I just have to say once again that you are awesome and you have an incredible business and great people who work for you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah, I really do like my team. I think I have surrounded myself with people who do really care about the results and what we do for helping people. So, yeah, I'm happy with my team. I really like how they help you guys. So I appreciate those nice words. Cool. So then, any other questions before I'm going to continue to do little nuggets of training here on, this. We're going to dig in a little deeper. So we're going to take our art of efficient evacuation and turn that into, you know, a little bit bigger, a little bit more of an idea. So you can see how you would go from here. Gigi loves my coffee cup. Yeah. Yeah, me too. I think you know the story. I think I already told you. I broke my first one and had to hunt. I had to hunt all over the world for a replacement. So here's my replacement. Although I got a new gift. Someone just got me a Pirates of the Caribbean mug. So that might make an appearance on a future show. Okay, cool. Producer Nick, anything to answer before I'll get back into the next training?
Yeah, David says, what video app does Job Crusher use to create videos from text to video?
We use a few different ones. It depends on what we're trying to do. We have an entire video, in fact, on the channel that teaches you how to do it. So, Nick, I don't know if you have the link handy, but we have a video where we show the techniques and the tools that we use to make the president's video. So the one that's got a little special appearance from Elon Musk at the end. It's we show you step by step how we made that commercial. So and all the tools we used, and you know, it's surprisingly simple. Once you just know which tools to use, you get familiar with where everything is in the tool, and it's actually really easy to do. Thank you for that.
Yeah, and then I'll drop in the runway one.
Cool. Yeah. We did that tutorial about how to use Runway ML. I like that app. That's definitely a useful, well-rounded app.
And then the Runway's competitor, Pika, that video is coming out Friday. So you'll have another one in your toolbox.
I've been a horrible YouTuber today. So I haven't once asked anyone to like the video or subscribe, but so probably I should do that, right? That's what they say in YouTube school, is that you're supposed to do that. So if you like the video that we've been hanging out here together, do me a favor and tap that like button. It actually helps out the channel. We're busy trying to grow this. We recently hit our milestone with 5,000 subscribers, and we're now on the hunt for 10,000. So if you like the video, that means YouTube will see that this is useful content and that people like it. And so they'll show it to more people and help the channel grow. And I would greatly appreciate that. So if you got value today, please like the video. And then also subscribe. So you'll see down there should be a subscribe link. And that's how you can make sure that you can get all of our content. We're releasing content every single week on how to use AI and how to do marketing and how to get traffic. It's basically all the different components of a successful internet business. And we teach it every week. And I'm dropping content all the time about these topics. So if you want that, and it's free, so why not? Just hit the subscribe button down below. And there you go. All right. Well, then what we'll do next, I'm going to take one more commercial break, and then we will be right back with the next segment. We're going to go back to ChatGPT, and we're going to turn our art of efficient evacuation into a more fleshed out idea. And who knows, maybe we'll even finish building the whole course before we finish off today. So there you go. So here we go off to, I think this is the ad right here. I'll see you back in just a moment. Here's your quick commercial break. Those of you who are not yet a Push Button AI customer, then you need to check this out. And all you need to do is go to pushbutton.ai/demo, pushbutton.ai/demo, and you can get a live one-on-one appointment to get on Zoom and see this powerful technology in action. And with Push Button AI, it will build an entire business from bottom to top. Everything you need, from your domain name to your logo to videos to audio lessons, an entire course that you can sell as your own, a 30-day email sequence that it writes. You can send a daily email for 30 days, all written by AI, and a whole lot more. It writes your sales page. If you're not sure how to write an expert sales page to convince people to buy stuff, it writes it for you. It writes a free report that you can give away to get subscribers to your list. It even creates and writes the opt-in subscription page to get people to subscribe to get the free report. And it goes on and on and on. It even writes your first 10 blog posts for you, and it can do so much more. Social media posts, ads, all of these things are done, and all you have to do is answer a couple of questions and push a button. Now, Push Button AI is not available to the public at the time of recording this video. And the only way to get in is by invite to our behind-the-scenes beta access. And during your live demo, we'll show you the technology. We'll actually work with you to actually map out an entire course that you could sell as your own. We'll outline the course with you together on the one-on-one Zoom call. And then if you so decide, if you're a good fit, you can come in, join our Push Button AI beta program, and be in business with that very course by the next day. Go to pushbutton.ai/demo to figure out if this powerful technology is right for you. You can register there. You'll book an appointment in the calendar. Be sure you show up. Our team will be very excited to meet you and show you how the tech works, outline your new course for you, and hopefully it's a fit and we can work together to launch your next business. Oh, and my camera went crazy. Okay, camera died again. So there we go. We'll have to fix that for the next show. Here, let's do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to my webcam, just so we can avoid having to deal with that. And wow, that's much brighter, isn't it? So hello from camera 2. I guess it looks all right.
You're showing your screen, I think, right now.
Oh, okay. Actually, here, we'll do that again. Hello from camera 2. It's a little brighter, but there's the webcam. Cool. So then with that, we're going to get on to the next little bit of training. And we're going to continue with our art of efficient evacuation. And no, that is not about evacuating your bowels. It's about evacuating town when the Holocaust hits. So let's go back to ChatGPT. And something that I have been getting a lot of use with ChatGPT lately is making sure as I'm talking to it, I do it in one long conversation. Excuse me. So a tip is I make sure that I, on a single topic, I don't switch topics, but on a single topic, I like to keep it in the same conversation. As you can see, I've done here. It tends to keep it oriented and in better understanding with me. So when you're using ChatGPT by hand, the old-fashioned way, this is the way to do that. And I find I get better results. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ask it some more questions. And I'm going to say, what are some examples? Or let's do this. Please give me 10 problems people face or goals that they have when they are interested in a book called, and then we're going to do the art of efficient evacuation. So it's now giving me a list of what their concerns are, what is going on, what's making them tick when it comes to the deep psychological and emotional reasons why they're interested in this topic. Okay. And we've kind of primed it. So by asking it this, we can use this to map out our course. And normally when I'm going to show in the challenge and what I teach inside our push button AI training is a much more detailed thing, but I'm going to show you a really quick, simple way to kind of take this from here. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to say, based on the above problems and goals, along with what you've discovered about this market, please create a course outline for a mini course titled, I'm going to say, a mini online course. Okay, and now we're going to break it down. And so it's going to go through here. This is one of the funny quirks about working with AI. It does weird things like this, for example. So I don't know if you like that. So you can see lesson 1.1 from module 1, lesson 1.2. It's kind of cool the way it formatted it that way. Oh, look at that. Pet evacuation. So that would be my concern. What am I going to do? Roxy just is walking in my room right now. Hey, Roxy, come here. Come here, you. Come here, Roxy. Come here. Come here. Come on over. Come on over. Well, now I got both of them here. Come here, Roxy. Oh, come here. Off we go. Oh. Here she is. So this is my little one. I got one little one and one big one. So my little scruffy one. So yeah, what would I do with Roxy if I needed to bug out of town? The EMP went off. The nukes are falling. Yes, hi, Bodie. The big one's down here too. So that's pretty cool. And right on cue, they're looking at me through the door. Anyway, here we go. Module 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. We got 9 modules. And so what you would do at this point is you would go through one by one, constructing each lesson. And so if you wanted to put together a really good, really comprehensive course, you could go like this. You could say, And we're going to copy this, and we're going to say, please create an outline for the lesson called. Right, and so now we're going to outline each lesson. And then we can take that lesson outline to write the lesson. So this is something we do a lot, and this gives a little bit of insight into what push button AI is doing. So when you use push button AI to build a course, it's going through this process, but it's doing it in many, many steps. So as an example, in order to finish creating this course that you see right there, I might have to do, dozens of prompts. Like you see me typing instructions, that's a prompt. So I might have to do that dozens of times and then just copying and pasting to assemble my course. Okay. So that's what a lot of what push button AI is doing behind the scenes. So it is asking multiple questions, multiple prompts. It'll say, I need an outline for this. Great. Now take this section and give me another outline. Great. Now take each section and write it for me. And then one of the other things that it's actually a feature that's coming up, we're about to release it, is the ability to have push button AI go out on the internet and do a bunch of research for you first. So it'll go out on the internet, do a whole bunch of research online, pull all that information back, then do this process that you're seeing me do here. And that's all automated. So you can kind of get some idea of the value of having a process like this automated. But you're also now getting an insight into what's going on behind the scenes when we're creating lessons and when we're creating materials. It is a process much like this. So we'll go to ChatGPT and we may ask it, we use the OpenAI API to do this. And then also we have, which is kind of top secret, but I'll tell you anyway. We're also right now, we have an experimental AI of our own large language model technology that we're going to be using. So that's a whole thing. I haven't announced it yet, but a little teaser of what's coming. So in the future, push button AI will go out and do the research and then use our own AI that we've developed, our own large language model, to that actually create and do these lessons. And it does it in many, many pieces. So for example, when we go out and do one of these research reports, we search dozens of sites, pull back all the information from the site, and we're actually doing dozens, I think it's all in all 97 different AI calls back and forth to create just the research report, before then that research report is then used to do what you saw me do right now, to be able to then start writing your sales material, start writing your courses and things like that. So cool. So with that, I think what I'd like to do, we'll go back to Q&A and do a little bit of answering your questions, and then we're going to wrap things up here in just a bit. So producer Nick, do we have any questions?
Yeah, this is from Jane, and she says, what about copyright when using AI content?
Well, this is it's sort of like undiscovered territory, and it's a little controversial. So when AI is writing materials for you, it's not copyrighted. It's not owned by anyone. It's literally the AI inventing it for the first time. Okay. But that invention is based off of what it has seen. So in many respects, it's like a human. Okay. So let's say, for example, as an artist, if I go to a museum and let's say I get really excited about surrealism and I go to the Salvador Dali Museum in Florida, which I have. I'm a big Salvador Dali fan. But anyway, let's say that I went to the museum in Florida, looked at all of the works of Salvador Dali, was moved by them and thought, oh, that's kind of cool the way he did that thing with the clocks. And I liked how he hid that woman in the background in that one scene there. And I liked the use of colors that he used over here. And then as an artist, that inspires me to make my own new works. Okay. That's what AI is doing. And that's what I think a lot of people don't understand, that it's not copying. Like some people are upset and they think that it's copying like a book. It isn't going to go read a Harry Potter book and then copy it and plagiarize it. It doesn't work that way. Now, it might, if it has the Harry Potter book in its memory, in the training data that it was trained with, it might take inspiration. And you may find that there'll be things that it has learned that it will talk about in a new book that it writes. But it may also pull inspiration from, I don't know, Stephen King and or maybe like a fiction writer. I used to, a sci-fi writer, Roger, it's a fantasy really. Roger Zelazny, I think is how you say his name. But let's say they'll take from all these different sources as inspiration in the way it creates new material. Now, if you take that material, you modify it, you've instructed it, like let's say you've gone through the process that I'm going through now, where you are telling it what to create and how to organize it. And then let's say you polish it a little bit yourself. Now you own that copyright. Okay. So all of that being said, this is new territory. There are new laws being created. There are new court cases coming. And I think that it's far from settled case law at this point. So we'll see what happens in the coming years, but that's how it works. And that's the basic idea. And by the way, I'm not a lawyer. Nothing I just said is legal advice. Okay. Next question.
Yeah. So Jane wants to know, does ChatGPT produce the same results if consulted in multiple separate inquiries?
No, it actually will give you different results. So it's not, that's what's interesting about the technology is, you ask it and it will give you a different result. Now they may be similar, depending upon the question you're asking, because it's tapping into common knowledge and human, basically all human knowledge up until now, right? So let's say there's a topic that most people agree on, like gravity, right? It's obviously going to give a very similar answer to a topic like gravity because, well, it's a natural law and it's pretty well understood and agreed upon, right? But let's say it's a brand new topic where there's not a lot of agreement or a lot of material in the AI yet. You may get a lot more variations in how it's going to respond. Okay, next question.
Yeah, so DE Production wants to know, what is the title of the Halderman Julius Big Blue Spiral Bound book you showed? You said it was available on Amazon.
Yes, I think there are still copies there. It may be sold out, and these are these are expensive to get, but they're check and see. Sometimes there are paperback copies that are affordable, but it's the first 100 million. So it's about his first 100 million books sold is what this is about. And this is really condensed from these two original booklets here, which was his first 25 years and his second 25 years in business. And he's a really interesting character. There's also, I think I'm actually going to read his biography. I didn't know a lot about him. I've been doing research on him a lot more recently. And I discovered that doesn't that sound like the ultimate capitalist, right? So guy sold 100 million books and then wrote a bragging, book about how he did it and made tons and tons of money, sold ultimately over his lifetime, 500 million books. Sounds like a capitalist, right? The guy was a socialist. So yeah, crazy. But yeah, and he was a very aggressive socialist and was a champion of socialist causes at a time when it was not, like you think about the Red Scare and the Cold War, it was leading up in the 40s, 50s, especially the 50s, and he was leading the charge for socialism. So, yeah, reminds me of my uncle, who was a very ironic guy, it was exactly the same way, the ultra capitalist, but he was a socialist. It's the weirdest thing. Anyway, I shouldn't get into politics, then we're going to start fighting. So I won't do that. Okay, producer Nick, do we have any other questions?
Yes. Well, we had a comment from Jay because you were talking about the copyright question, and he says this. Mm-hmm. Also, OpenAI has said that they are willing to help users with any copyright issues from content their AIs generate.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of this stems from just a misunderstanding of how it works and what it's doing. I think a lot of people don't grasp it. And a creative person, I understand. Like, if I were a fiction writer, I don't know how I would feel about having AI read my book and then knowing that that's going to be source material, and also facing the fact that I'm going to actually face competition from AI, right? As a creative, like right now, as a marketer and as a copywriter, right? I don't write fiction stories, but I write, a copy to market and sell things, and I have to compete with OpenAI. I suppose I feel pretty secure because I've got 24 plus years of experience doing it. I'm pretty good at it, I feel. And so OpenAI, I'm not too worried at this stage of the game. 5 years from now, maybe I'll be worried. But for maybe a newer copywriter or a person who's a little bit newer to marketer, it's going to beat you. It's going to do better. It's going to write better copy than a new or an average marketer. Someone with, over two decades of experience, maybe not, but somebody who's like, even if you've been writing copy for 5 years, it's probably going to beat you. So anyway, so between the competition, sort of the competitiveness of being worried that it's going to replace me, and on top of that, not being sure about how it's going to borrow and use my work, I think it's created a bunch of emotional issues, emotional upset, and misunderstandings about how AI works, and it's a bit of a mess. So, next question.
I think we're good. I think we're caught up. Oh, you know what? I missed one. There's one more. This one's from Blake, and he says, "How soon will that web research feature appear?"
Well, we're alpha testing it right now privately. It's something that is an absolute minimum of a week away. I mean, if I'm being realistic, it's probably 2 to 3 weeks away. And then I'm going to release it on a limited basis. So so what I'll do is I will actually put out a call for people who may want to beta test it before we put it into actual production. So I'll message you and give you a warning if you want to beta test that. But yeah. Cool. Then if we don't have any other questions, what I will do is I will do one final commercial break. And then if you have any questions at all about the marketing voodoo, as I've been calling it, the 105-year-old marketing voodoo of E. Haldeman Julius, or about AI and what I've been doing here with ChatGPT, if you have anything that I can help you with, we'll go to open questions. So we've been doing on-topic questions, but I'll go to open questions about anything at all. We'll do a quick commercial break, and then I'll come right back to finish answering your questions, and then we'll be wrapping up today. So let's get the commercial queued up. And not that one. I have too many choices. I will go back to the presidents. Everyone likes the presidents. Here we go.
The presidents, celebrities, or characters in this video are all fake and generated by artificial intelligence.
The other day while I was resting my eyes, I woke up to find that I'd built an entire online business.
Really, Joe? How'd you manage to do that?
Well, you see,
Wait a minute, Sleepy Joe. Let me guess. You had push-button AI do all the work, didn't you?
That's right, Donald. It found me a fantastic domain name, built out a complete site, set up my shopping cart so I can get paid, and even wrote an entire email sales campaign for me, all while I was napping.
Well, I've been using push-button AI too. And believe me, my new business, it's huge. The best. So much winning. You wouldn't believe.
This push-button AI sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's almost as genius as I am.
But with better hair, no doubt.
Guys, all this talk is boring to me. What everyone needs to do is click the link of this video and go to the masterclass to see how to use this powerful technology to build their own profitable online business.
Well, if Elon says it, it must be worth a shot.
You're right, Barry. Everyone should click the link right now.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with Joe, but this master class sounds like it's going to be huge. Absolutely terrific. The best master class ever given, probably.
Okay, guys, how about we hit that link? Time is money.
All right. Of course, we have our normal YouTube ads that are heading out there as well. So some people are not yet back to the stream, but we're going to go to the final round of questions. So if there's anything I can help you with in terms of implementing these powerful voodoo marketing strategies from 105 years ago, ask it now, or ask me anything. If you have questions about getting traffic, about improving your website, anything at all. Again, the mission behind these shows and what we're doing with this channel is so that I can help as many entrepreneurs as possible to either start or grow your business. So let me help you by asking questions, and I'll help you get through whatever problems you need to overcome, whatever goals that you have you're trying to achieve. And we'll do a final round of Q&A. And then I'll do a final reminder. We're going to be wrapping up and closing down here shortly. So if you're interested in going through a 5-day challenge with me, where you can meet with me every day for 5 days, we're going to do an hour each day. Each day you'll have actionable steps to take, and I'll be walking you through how to build a course business. And we're going to combine some of what you've seen me do today with ChatGPT, along with some other AI tools that I'll be teaching you how to use. And the strategies of this guy. We're going to combine it all together, and we'll do that 5-day challenge, and it is starting soon. So this, I want to give another warning about that. So go to pushbutton.ai/challenge if that's something that you would like to participate in. Of course, you've got a choice. You've got two things here. We've got our challenge, which is a chance for you to learn how to do it yourself. A lot of like what you've seen me doing so far today. Then you have option 2, which is Pushbutton AI software. And to get that, you would go to pushbutton.ai/demo. Make sure you put in your name and information. You'll need to answer a short little survey and book your appointment. Make sure you go all the way through and book your appointment with our team. And they're going to show you the software so you can see it working with your own eyes. They'll show you what it does. They'll help you use the software to brainstorm a niche market. If you're not sure what niche to go in, or maybe you need ideas of what to put in an ebook, heck, they can even outline a course for you while you're on with them, and they'll show you how the tool works at the same time. And then as a way of saying thanks, we'll actually give you a free marketing report. My team will take your information of what niche you're in, background information about you, and then they will create a marketing plan specifically for you and give it to you for free just for attending your live demo. But you've got to attend the demo. And to do that, you go to pushbutton.ai/demo. And of course, if you want the 5 days of training, you go to pushbutton.ai/challenge. So either way, you can make that choice, and we'll look forward to helping you out. And on that, we're going to the final round of questions. So producer Nick, what do we got?
All right. Yeah, we had a few questions roll in. Take it from the top. So we had a few people asking about the traffic packs, where they're at, what's the status on them.
Yes. So traffic packs are rolling out. If you don't have them yet. So who asked that?
GG.
Okay. So I'll check on that for you, and I'll make sure we get an email back to you. So, but traffic packs are rolling out. We'll have them to you shortly if you don't have them already. And yeah, so that is being released.
All right. And David wants to know, what is the difference in subscriptions on the channel between the AI Private and the AI Sergeant?
So the Sergeant, the Sergeant level, I think, is the, when we set that up, I think we need to come up with some new names. But when we set that up, that one gets you access. That's full access. So that'll get you prompts. checklists and how-to stuff, if you have that. And then the private level, I'd have to look at it to see whatever it says on that page is what you'll get at the private level.
All right.
Yeah, and it's a way of supporting the channel. So we do take all the revenue that is generated from the channel through whether it's ad revenue or perks from becoming a channel member. I mean, that's used to grow the channel, to be able to invest in more videos, more editing, and more, to keep pushing and growing the channel. So you'll also have our eternal thanks.
All right. So a few people were asking, because you had mentioned the web search feature that's basically in alpha right now.
Yes.
And a few people were saying they'd like to be beta testers. They'd like to be put on the beta testing list. So I thought I'd share that with you.
So all current push button AI customers, I will email you when we're ready to test that. And then it'll basically be on a first come, first serve basis. So I'll email. So, watch out for stuff from me in your inbox, and it'll be first come, first serve. I'm spilling coffee. I tried to re-up my coffee and spilled it all over myself. But I will, I'll send you an email. Just be one of the first to respond, and then you'll be able to be part of that. So, which I'm sure you'll have no problem getting in. So, and it's pretty cool. I'm still deciding what to do about it. We're working to bring the cost down because those reports, I found to do them right, requires a lot of processing. So we're literally browsing the web and scraping dozens of websites, pulling all that data back, having the AI parse through it, break it all down, summarize it. We store it in what's called a vector database, which is like an AI contextual database. Then we use that to create your report and output it. And it's quite an expensive process. But what I'm finding is it's improving the quality of the materials, and it's and it helps with hallucinations. So some markets where there's not a lot of data about, like, I don't know, let's make up the mermaid market, right? We have someone who did a course on that. There's not as much information in the AI's memory as, say, a course on, I don't know, how to do multiplication, right? So this is a way to help cut down or eliminate hallucination and drastically improve the quality, but it's really, really expensive. So for the processing power and what we're doing behind the scenes. So I'm still working out exactly. We're trying to bring the costs down, and we're tweaking and playing around with it. So what I'll do is we'll do the round of beta testing, and then based on that, we will kind of figure out how we're going to implement it. So, but I'm hoping to bring the costs down even further, because I would like to just offer it as part of every single course. But I may have to make it like an optional thing for, things for, like, let's say let's say you're doing a course on a obscure topic, and you want to make sure there's no hallucination, which, by the way, hallucination is when AI kind of makes stuff up, right? Not based on fact, also known as lying, but AI will do that. It will actually lie to you. So point is, I might have to release this where it's like an optional upgrade to get a report done before you make a course. And it'll be something where it'll be optional. So, but we'll see. We'll get through the beta testing. We'll see if I can bring the cost down, because I would much rather just bake it in and make it part of the platform. So that's kind of just so everybody knows what's happening behind the scenes. Okay, next question.
All right. Well, this is interesting because David wanted the link to Runway ML because he was going to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said this, what a shame. Telecommunications here in Australia have blocked access to Runway, which is, that's interesting.
That is weird.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if they're regulating AI or something like that.
Yeah, that makes me wonder if it's like some of this panic. There is a little bit of this panic going on about AI. I wonder if it's related to that.
Yeah. just thought I'd share that. And then next question. This
Which I'm
person
going to do
says,
just one little comment I'll make on this topic, and then we'll go to the next question. Is I think people really need to understand that AI by itself doesn't do anything. And when you see negative uses of AI, the AI didn't do it. It's the person, right? If I go grab my kitchen knife and go outside and stab someone, it's not the knife's fault, right? The knife didn't stab someone. It's me, right? Not that I did that or ever will, but just as an example, if I go out and commit a horrific, horrible act, it's not the knife in my hand, it's me. And I think people are misunderstanding this. The same thing is the case with AI. Someone went and did some horrible stuff with Taylor Swift, making all kinds of like X-rated pictures and stuff and spread them all over Twitter, for example, right? That's not the AI's fault. It's the fault of the person or people who did it. And there are existing laws and regulations on the book to deal with people that do bad stuff, and they should be applied. So if someone uses AI to hurt someone, then they should have all the impact of the law taken to them. If someone uses AI to make a fake video of, I don't know, President Biden convincing you to go, I don't know, blow up a coal power plant, right? I could see something like that. And that happens. Well, then whoever made that should get prosecuted, but not the AI. We don't need all kinds of new regulation forbidding our freedoms because some idiots want to take really useful and powerful technology and abuse it. So anyway, it's a topic that I'm fairly passionate about. I really, really worry that what could be a good thing is going to get squashed because of some stupid people. So, all right, back to the questions.
yeah. So this person says, will you be offering something like you are doing with the AI challenge with your Simple Money Machine program?
I probably won't be doing a challenge for that. I will be working with Simple Money Machine members to help all you guys get some good results. So that is something that's coming up just for free, but I don't think we'll do a challenge. Not at least not in the next month or two.
All right. Okay, this is from Todd. Todd says, hey, Bill, there are a lot of tools in the market. Have you ever heard of Created, a tool that builds creatives and all different sizes that you can use to promote your product?
I haven't heard of it, but I will check it out. Nick, yeah, if you go check it out put it on your list to go investigate.
All right.
And then let me know if it looks useful, and we can feature it on the channel if it looks like a good tool.
That's a good idea. I Googled Created AI. I'm not finding anything. Todd, could you drop a link to their website so I can go take a look?
Yeah, and thanks for the heads up, Todd. I always love to hear about new and useful tools. It's always a flood of them. At one point I had to stop paying attention because it's like standing under an avalanche of every day. There's a dozen or more new tools coming out, but.
Yeah. Okay, so it's from Dorothy. She says, why did I get a receipt from JVZoo?
So JVZoo is the processor. That's the company doing the payment processing for the challenge. They're also an affiliate network. So they're a network that tracks affiliate marketing and does a bunch of stuff there. I haven't done anything on JVZoo in many years, I think over 5 years. But a friend of mine convinced me that we should do a launch over there. So we're running it through JVZoo. There you go.
So, Todd, I think it's this one. So their website is adcreative.ai. So let me know. I just dropped a link in if you wanted to let me know. That's the site you're talking about. Oh, I see. Okay, so he clarified.
Oh,
he said,
yeah.
He said it's not a tool. I asked if Bill created a tool that creates creatives. Sorry.
Not yet, but I love that idea. So the idea would be, I guess, creatives when it comes to ads, right? So if you want to run an ad on YouTube, you need all the different sizes and styles of creative. Or on Facebook is different than maybe Twitter and so forth. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. And I like that idea. I almost bought a company that did that, but their product was not that great. So I didn't ultimately end up buying it, but I like the idea and I am very intrigued with it.
Cool. Ooh, this is a question from Vertical Rising.
Yeah.
And they say, random open question. Having courses on different websites through push button AI, is this considered multiple businesses or DBA?
Well, when it comes to the legal structure, well, first of all, I'm not a lawyer or an accountant. I can just tell you in my experience what some general feedback, what I've observed. So as far as like a legal business structure, you just really need one business. I mean, if each website kind of is getting really big and growing and making a lot of money, you might then consider making it its own business entity. But especially if you're early on in the process and you have several websites, maybe some are doing a little bit, some are doing a medium amount, some are doing none, I would just lump them all together and run them through one business. And for that choice, you have to consult an accountant or a legal expert, but you could do it with a doing business as, it's what it's called. Different counties around the country and different locations around the world have different versions of this. But you can just go down to the local county recorder's office and file to do business as a business name. And just you could run all your websites through that one business. And it's really cheap. I think it's like $15 locally here to do that. And so that's the easiest and the most cost-effective way to get started with your own business. I'll be honest, several businesses that I have started in the past, like early on, my first business, I mean, I didn't even file for a DBA. I just put it under my name. So yeah, that I put it on PayPal at the time, and the PayPal would show the name of the website that the processing was done for, but the PayPal account was under my personal name. And it was some time before I actually even created a legal business entity. So, so I wouldn't get too worried about rushing ahead of yourself and doing a bunch of legal and accounting setup unless at the point you're really making money and you're starting to get some traction, that becomes really important. But before then, maybe not so much.
All right. And this is a good point. This person says, couldn't you just consider each website course as an individual product and not anything to do with the business name?
Absolutely. Yeah, I like that idea.
And Thomas wants to know the 5-day challenge. I'll read it verbatim. He says, the 5 days challenger involve push button AI?
No. So the 5-day challenge is a separate thing, and it's all about training. It's about working with me for 5 days to build one of these using tools like ChatGPT and some other tools that I'm going to introduce to everyone. And I'll show you how to use the tools and how to do it yourself, basically. Push button AI is always an option. So in fact, I'm going to be mentioning that to all the people in the challenge that they might want to upgrade to push button AI because it will just do it for you. So you could join the challenge, learn all the stuff about how these courses are made, so you have really good understanding of how they're made. And then if you want to later, you can upgrade and buy push button AI, and then it will just do it all for you. So those are kind of the two angles. Push button just does it all. The challenge teaches you all the behind the scenes psychology of how we've structured it, how we assemble and put together the courses with AI, and it's all in a step-by-step format. So there you go. And I want to remind everybody too, with the challenge, we have a discount going. It's a launch discount. So This isn't something where you can just come back whenever, and I can't promise you how long the discount's going to be there. We're using it to push sales at the beginning part of this product launch. And then we'll be adjusting and adapting or removing it from there. So I can promise you it's available right now, and you can get half off the price if you use the discount code. And that's the code is give me 50, give me 50 altogether, one word. It's also on the page. So when you go to the page at pushbutton.ai/challenge, you'll see it on the page there as well. So in fact, let's see if I can find it and show it on the screen. We'll do a quick screen share again. I'll bring this one over. And so if you scroll down, you'll see that right there. And then, of course, there's a lot of reading. You can read as much or as little as you want. And then you can go down to the bottom. And you can check out. And you'll see here, too, the discount code is there as well. All right. So that's pushbutton.ai/challenge. Go check it out. Join the challenge if you think that would be a good experience for you. If you want to get some hands-on learning from me, most of the people who own Pushbutton AI, you could probably just opt to, skip it if you don't want to learn the details, learn how the sausage is made, as they say, right? You can skip the challenge, but it's up to you. If you'd like to be part of it, you're welcome to join, but it's by no means required or even part of, the software tool. Okay, and are we down to the end here? We have any other questions?
I think we're caught up.
Fantastic. Well, then what I'm going to do is, let's see what else I've got here. I think that is going to wrap us up. So on that note, I want to thank you for being part of the show and going through today's technical difficulties with the show. And now that we're here on webcam, but thanks for being patient through all of that. And I hope that I brought some interesting, useful, informative advice, and you had one of those aha moments. And if I did, please like this video. Just give the like button a tap and make sure you subscribe. We constantly are releasing content on the channel about how to drive traffic to your website, how to pick a niche market, how to use AI tools of all kinds, like how to make video commercials like the one you've been seeing me play. All this stuff, we teach you how to do it here on the channel. So make sure that you tap that subscribe button and come back. We're here live every Wednesday. And on that note, I'll be heading out of here. So producer Nick, thank you very much for your help. And then Bodie sleeping on the floor down there as well. He's been snoring. I hope you guys haven't been hearing him snore. But anyway, on that note, we'll see you next time. Bye for now. Those of you who are not yet a Pushbutton AI customer, then you need to check this out. And all you need to do is go to pushbutton.ai/demo, pushbutton.ai/demo, and you can get a live one-on-one appointment to get on Zoom and see this powerful technology in action. And with Pushbutton AI, it will build an entire business from bottom to top. Everything you need, from your domain name to your logo to videos to audio lessons, an entire course that you can sell as your own, a 30-day email sequence that it writes. You can send a daily email for 30 days, all written by AI, and a whole lot more. It writes your sales page. If you're not sure how to write an expert sales page to convince people to buy stuff, it writes it for you. It writes a free report that you can give away to get subscribers to your list. It even creates and writes the opt-in subscription page to get people to subscribe to get the free report. And it goes on and on and on. It even writes your first 10 blog posts for you, and it can do so much more. Social media posts, ads, All of these things are done, and all you have to do is answer a couple of questions and push a button. Now, Push Button AI is not available to the public at the time of recording this video. And the only way to get in is by invite to our behind the scenes beta access. And during your live demo, we'll show you the technology. We'll actually work with you to actually map out an entire course that you could sell as your own. We'll outline the course with you together on the one-on-one Zoom call. And then if you so decide, if you're a good fit, you can come in, join our Push Button AI beta program, and be in business with that very course by the next day. Go to pushbutton.ai/. Of you who are not yet a Push Button AI customer, then you need to check this out. And all you need to do is go to pushbutton.ai/demo, pushbutton.ai/demo, and you can get a live one-on-one appointment to get on Zoom and see this powerful technology in action. And with Push Button AI, it will build an entire business from bottom to top. Everything you need, from your domain name to your logo to videos to audio lessons, an entire course that you can sell as your own, a 30-day email sequence that it writes. You can send a daily email for 30 days, all written by AI, and a whole lot more. It writes your sales page. If you're not sure how to write an expert sales page to convince people to buy stuff, it writes it for you. It writes a free report that you can give away to get subscribers to your list. It even creates and writes the opt-in subscription page to get people to subscribe to get the free report. And it goes on and on and on. It even writes your first 10 blog posts for you, and it can do so much more. Social media posts, ads, all of these things are done, and all you have to do is answer a couple of questions and push a button. Now, Push Button AI is not available to the public at the time of recording this video. And the only way to get in is by invite to our behind the scenes beta access. And during your live demo, we'll show you the technology. We'll actually work with you to actually map out an entire course that you could sell as your own. We'll outline the course with you together on the one-on-one Zoom call. And then if you so decide, if you're a good fit, you can come in, join our Push Button AI beta program, and be in business with that very course by the next day. Go to pushbutton.ai/demo to figure out if this powerful technology is right for you. You can register there. You'll book an appointment in the calendar. Be sure you show up. Our team will be very excited to meet you and show you how the tech works, outline your new course for you. And hopefully it's a fit and we can work together to launch your next business.
You can now launch your own online business with the click of a mouse. Sounds crazy, right? Guess what? It's now possible thanks to our game-changing AI software that's helping beginners build a successful online business. If you have tried and failed at building an online business or you've got no idea where to start, there is good news for you. We are entering a new exciting era of AI, and I'm here to teach you how to use it to build and grow an online business. Because I'm handing you a blueprint, a business in a box powered by AI, and it's called Push Button AI. Imagine a tool so smart it does all the heavy lifting for you. Builds an info product business, sets up hosting, launches the website, and even crafts engaging email sequences. Here's the thing. This isn't like anything else out there, and this is based on what's working right now. Push Button AI is based on my experience of generating over $100 million over the last 20 years and helping over 81,942 customers build and grow their own online businesses. If you'd like to find out more about this, register now and dive into my free live demo to uncover strategies and traffic tricks that will pivot your business and skyrocket your online business from surviving to thriving. Imagine what your life would look like today if you bought Bitcoin when it was $1. You now have the same opportunity with Push Button AI since nobody else is doing this. Don't miss out this time.
The presidents, celebrities, or characters in this video are all fake and generated by artificial intelligence.
You know, the other day while I was resting my eyes, I woke up to find that I'd built an entire online business.
Really, Joe? How'd you manage to do that?
Well, you see,
Wait a minute, Sleepy Joe. Let me guess. You had Push Button AI do all the work, didn't you?
that's right, Donald. It found me a fantastic domain name, built out a complete site, set up my shopping cart so I can get paid, and even wrote an entire email sales campaign for me, all while I was napping.
Well, I've been using Push Button AI too. And believe me, my new business, it's huge. The best. So much winning, you wouldn't believe.
This Push Button AI sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's almost as genius as I am.
But with better hair, no doubt.
Guys, all this talk is boring to me. What everyone needs to do is click the link of this video and go to the masterclass to see how to use this powerful technology to build their own profitable online business.
Well, if Elon says it, it must be worth a shot.
You're right, Barry. Everyone should click the link right now.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with Joe, but this masterclass sounds like it's going to be huge. Absolutely terrific. The best masterclass ever given, probably.
Okay, guys, how about we hit that link? Time is money.
Not yet a member of Push Button AI, then what are you doing? So I would like to invite you to a free masterclass. We're going to be covering in detail how to create an entire digital online course, an entire business, in fact, that can be set up 100% using AI. And if you'd like to attend that free masterclass, what you're going to want to do is head over right now to pushbutton.ai/free class. In that class, I'm going to show you how we can help two different kinds of people. Number one, if you've got a business and you want to add training, courses, or information to your existing business as a new profit center, or maybe a way to add value to your customers, then I'm going to show you how to do a detailed 10-module training course, including 50 to 60,000 words of content, have it set up and built for you by AI. Also, if you're trying to start your first business online and you're looking for a great business model to make some money online, then Push Button AI is the right solution. And I'll show you how you can use this amazing tool to build an entire business like that. In a snap, Push Button AI will build an entire course for you, create video training, audio training, write your sales page for you, write 30 days of emails for you, create your logo, build your website, set up your shopping cart, set the entire thing up, create a members area so that people can pay you to get access to the course, and you get to charge money and keep all the profits. It's quite easy. You answer 2 questions and you hit a button, and it literally does everything for you. A logo, a 30-day email sequence, your sales pages for selling your product. It creates the entire training course that you can charge money for. It installs your website, sets up your hosting, launches your site. It even helps you pick the perfect domain name, all powered by AI. You just literally log in and start up your brand new business. So attend the free masterclass. I'll show you a live demo of how it works. I'll explain the entire business model so you can see exactly how does it work and how do you profit. That's pushbutton.ai/free class. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. You'll see it down below the video down there somewhere. Hit subscribe, hit the like button, and actually we'll make sure that you're notified next time that we go live. We release content all throughout the week, by the way, so we have videos on additional strategies and tactics we'll be dropping to you all week long. Check out all of our useful content. Head over to pushbutton.ai/free class if you're not yet a customer. Every paying customer, we're going to be taking today's training. We'll take all the prompts, all the resources, everything that you need to use it, and we're going to put it in your paid members area. So you'll see it in your AI profits course inside your members area. On that note, I'll see you there. Bye for now.
McIntosh teaches AI non-stop. Success is his game, marketing's his fame. McIntosh, the marketing ace, follow his lead to the winning place. With AI become a spin, join him now, learn to win. Learn his way, don't delay. If you do, you'll make your fortune today.